1.3 definition: certified industrial hygienist (CIH) is used in the section referred to the industrial hygiene employed by the contractor certification of the American Board of Industrial Hygiene in comprehensive practice. 1.3.2 marine chemist holder of validated certification issued by the National Fire Protection Association according with the rules of certification. Marine chemists established for the person qualified to determine whether the construction, alteration, repair, or the shipbreaking of the vessel which may involve the hazard covered NFPA 306 can be undertaken in safety. 1.3.3 hazardous area. Hazardous areas are shown and defined in any within 30 meters of 100 feet of active above ground storage tanks. Areas of 30 meters to 100 feet of this leaking section of full pipelines, vapor sources, and areas within 60 meters or 200 feet of the downwind side of the potential vapor emission sources, i.e. pressure vacuum vents, other open vents of the active tanks, leaking sections, pipeline or of pipelines, areas existing in the tanks, areas within the dike. 1.3.4 the hot work operations. Hot work operations for cover for the section includes the flame heating and welding, torch cutting and brazing, carbon or gouging. Any work of the produces heat by means of 200 degrees or C 400 degrees Celsius and 200 degrees Celsius, 400 degrees Fahrenheit or more in the presence of the flammables or flammable atmospheres or other ignition sources of spark and producing tools except for steel and tools or other non-equipment, static discharge, friction and impact to other flames or embers, non-explosional proof lights, non-explosion proof lights for fixtures and motors or equipment. 1.3 the personal monitoring. Consult with the cognizant industrial hygienist with regard to leaching if no lead of the hazard is present in the tanks. Sampling of the lead concentration within the briefing zone of an employee to determine 8 hours weighted average concentration in accordance with the 29 CFR 1910-1025. Simple samples of representatives, employees, the work in the tanks, breathing zones, considering an area of the hemisphere, forward shoulders with a radius of 150 to 250 millimeters, 6 to 9 inches, and the center of the nose of the mouth of the employee. 1.3.6 the reproductive hazards. A reproductive hazard is defined an occupational stressor of the biological, chemical, and physical as a potential adverse effects of the human reproductive process. For example, it is well known that the central nervous system problems often occur when the offspring mothers are exposed to organic mercury during pregnancy. Therefore, based on the examples cited, the organic mercury classified in the reproductive stress from many reproductive hazards also can cause other adverse health effects. For example, ethanol oxide is known as the carcinogen and produces cancer. Certain reproductive stressors can also adverse the effects of the male reproductive system. If requested, the contractor or the contracting officer will make available the Navy standards reproductive hazard. 1.4 quality insurance.